we're gonna edit a postcard, and whatever the user saves onto new edit, we're gonna persist it. At the same time, no loading, no reloading. Let's implement this one. Let's go. First, let's go to our URLs and create a new endpoint for our edit post. Our edit post will be triggered by having this reverse string edit post and with the integer of post ID. Then the views py will trigger a function named edit underscore post. Let's go to our views.py and add a new function that we have here. The same thing, we're also gonna use our login required decorator for only login users can access this function. First, since this is an edit post, we must get the post that the current user click using this post ID. We're gonna get the data of that post. So get object or 404 using our post ID. We're gonna go to our post model, and since we're gonna update our post, let's first have a validation wherein we're gonna check for the method. If this is a post data, we must check it. If this is not a post data, we're gonna show on our asynchronous JavaScript our AJAX a JSON response with an error post is required. Also, our backend logic must contain our current login user must only be able to edit his own post. So if they're not equal, we're gonna show an error. We are not authorized or unauthorized to edit that post. Once we're good, we're gonna fetch the contents of our request post field. We're gonna get its contents and strip of every white spaces there. We're also gonna need to validate this content by checking whether if the user submitted an empty post or empty text area, we're gonna show that content that we fetch should not be empty. That validation has if all of that validation has been passed, we're gonna proceed to save our contents to our selected post and save it. As usual, let Django's ORM handle this for us. Once we have that, we're gonna render. Use JSON response to update our current fields that has been updated with an ID and its content, new content. From here on, in our postcard, we're gonna add a new button. Just below this, our post content, let's show this button that we have. So if our request user is equal to the post that was clicked and he is also the user, only then we're gonna show the edit button. And since we have this button, we're gonna add a dataset attribute here wherein this is gonna contain our post ID. Also, we're gonna indent this one. Our button must have a CSS. Let's modify this one, our class. Change it into this rounded pill, a button outline secondary of bootstrap pixel 3 edit button is the name of our class. So after that, we're gonna go to our JavaScript and insert a new button here to our document add event listener. When the dump content is loaded, we're gonna add a new button. Let's say just below this one. We're gonna format this one. As you can see here, what we are doing is using this e.target class list contains edit button. This is because on our just below this follow button, we're gonna add an event listener for click. We're gonna name this here and add our edit functionality. Once we have closed this, let's implement our edit function. The reason why it's structured in this kind of way because what we are editing is what the user click. So we are using e.target. Okay, can follow the usual style that we did wherein we just use query selector and get our follow button, for example. The reason why is this lack of structure is because in our whole document we add an event listener when we're in all of the location our user clicks, we are adding this click function, and we need to get letter E, the target.